Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Muslim Like Me. I'm your host, Hodan, and today's episode is actually a super, super special one because we have a long awaited guest that I've been meaning to have on ever since the inception of this podcast. You may be asking, why does it take you this long to get a guest? One, procrastination, and two, my guest is booked and busy most of the time, has absolutely no time to be sitting around with cameras and lights and having me throw my silly questions at them. But finally, after a lot of convincing and a lot of begging, we have our guest today, my beautiful, amazing mother. Welcome to the show, Hoya.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Why didn't you want to? Let's actually discuss. Why didn't you want to be on the podcast? Because it took a lot of begging to get you on here.
Well, the thing is that I just don't like being in a camera asking questions. Usually it's not something that I really like and enjoy.
I mean, yeah, you're not a. My mom's not a social media user, by the way.
Yeah.
She
I
sees
don't have
things,
any
but she
social
doesn't
medias.
post on social media
No, at
except
all.
Facebook, because that's family.
Even Facebook nowadays I don't
Oh yeah, you don't do
post,
that
yeah.
anymore either. But yeah,
The
my mom's
only
not a social
thing
media
that
person.
exposed in social media is whenever you catch me with your TikTok or whenever you catch me in.
You know what's
Like,
crazy?
she always grabbed me, put me into it, but other than that, I'm not a social media person. You know that.
Every single time I post you on my TikTok, and I'm not even kidding, every single time I posted you on my TikTok, there's been people asking me, "Oh my God, is that her sister? Oh my God,
Oh
is she
hell no!
married?"
There's no way they can say that I'm your
I
sister.
had you with a jogan.
Ah.
Yeah.
This Hajj is not going anywhere.
And I just be telling them, my dad can fight, right?
Okay.
So,
Uh,
yeah. But I
no.
mean, you're not very big on social media, so I understood why you didn't want to come on. But there's been a lot of
It's
pressure to get you on the podcast, and you're finally here.
Finally, I'm here.
So, what made you finally accept? Because I've been asking for a long time.
Your kids or whoever asks you the interview that you can just, even though you don't like doing it, you just consider again and see that probably. Why not?
So today's episode is going to be focused on a part of life that I'm very interested in, mothers before they become mothers. And I wanted this to be specifically focused on my mother because my mom had many lives before she became a mother. And I hate that in the life that we're in the society that we're in the communities that we're in, people forget that mothers have so many accolades, so many accomplishments, so many different versions of themselves that existed before they became mothers. And for my mom, I wanted you guys to hear her story because I actually can't believe how many lives you've lived. Really. Like,
Well, believe it or not, it's mothers. It's just like you guys. I mean, even though we have a different time of past, like the way we grow up and the way you guys are growing up is totally different. Things that maybe you guys have right now that we didn't have that time. But there's some things that we used to do it and you guys not interested doing it, or it doesn't even exist anymore.
like what?
Like I would rather say like people they used to enjoy sports. Like literally, I mean, they used to look out, like for example, something that to look forward. As me growing up, after I come from madrasa, I used to go to school madrasa, and then maybe Friday and Thursday there's no madrasa, as you know. Usually, those 2 days it was a big deal for me because I used to go with my sister. She was ahead of me that time. She was playing basketball, and she was used to take me along with her so I can practice. And then those are the kind of things that we enjoy. Now my kids, if I say that let's go and play basketball or let's go do some exercising or let's go take a walk, they will be thinking like, what a nonsense. Why does she want to play basketball? Why does she want to play for handball? Why does she want to play for football? Why, you know, even though I know some of the people they enjoy, like my son, out of 7 kids that I have, there's only one person who's athletic right now. So the rest of them,
think-
like for example, you're a book person.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
So Halima, she's kind of
Very tech savvy.
tech savvy, yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are different. So
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
think the
mean,
only person I think it takes over me is Hamza
Hamza,
only.
yeah, my little
Yeah.
brother Hamza, he's
Yeah,
15 and he's in
he
professional
loves
soccer.
enjoying sports. He started with basketball first, and then after basketball, he just figured it out that he might do better in
In
soccer, and then
soccer.
he switched. So
One of the most fascinating things that I remember from our childhoods, now that you've said that, is you've always known I'm not an athletic person. That's just a fact of
but
life.
I used to keep on
She,
trying, and
my
you keep
mom
on,
used to take
I'm
us
telling
to
you,
when was it the YMCA back then? They
yeah,
used to have during the summer like basketball boot camp. My
yeah.
mom would make every
I
single one of
used to take
us.
all of you guys, but Hanat and Hassan was
They loved
involved.
it.
Yeah,
They loved it.
as young
I
age.
didn't.
I mean, Hanat was involved all the
They
time,
loved it. The
but
boys loved
Hassan
it.
back it off for after he reached age of
But I mean, in the beginning, the boys really loved it. I
yeah,
didn't like it from the start. My
yeah,
aunt, Hoigini, was the coach.
yeah.
I would like not want to participate, and she would be like, "Why are you even here?"
Why are
And I'm
you
like,
even
"Ask
here?
my mom."
Exactly. Because she's the one who's dragging me out of the
my,
house.
my aunt's the coach, and she's like, "Why are you even here if you're just gonna sit there and read a
Mm.
book?"
Even after we moved to in Africa, that when we come to Nairobi, Kenya, that
Mhm.
remember when there's no school, we used to go
Go play
play
basketball.
basketball.
That was a little more
And then
fun.
we used to create it. Some other teams come from Sli, and then
Mhm.
we play, and
Yeah.
still we used to beat them. Even my kids, they didn't know that much of it, but
I feel
we
like
used.
it's we even though we don't like basketball like us, we know too much about like the rules and how to play
Yeah,
it that
yeah,
we're not bad at it. We just don't
exactly.
like it.
Yeah.
But speaking about that, this is a very good segue to let the audience know my mom was a professional basketball player. Yes.
That's
So
right.
a very
Up to
like
until international.
yep, my mom
Yeah.
played internationally for Somalia. And
Mhm.
I find that to be so fascinating. So talk to us about that. When did you start playing professionally?
Well, professionally, it was the first time that I joined. I can say that 1990,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to travel to Ethiopia, and it calls those all African games. It was zone 5 to they was hosted in Ethiopia. So Kenya, Ethiopia, all the African teams was hosted
We're
in,
coming
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And that was around the time that the war broke out as well.
As a matter of fact, that's not the time the war broke out. It was so, I mean, it's really still is a back of my mind. It looks like a dream, believe it or not. By the time we fly out to Mogadishu, to Ethiopia, the whole city was just fine. I mean, there was something kind of a pushing back and forth, the politician things, but
But when
it
you left
wasn't like
home,
a boom,
everything
boom,
was
boom thing.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after we left and finish up the games and all that, we were in transit here in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
The transit, when we landed in Kenya, we saw Somali Airlines comes back with 3 people and one person's not wearing the shoes.
I've
I'm
heard this
thinking like,
story
what
so
is
many
going on?
times. It doesn't get any less chaotic.
No, and then everyone is focusing for the number of coming out of the airplane, but me, I'm focusing on the person without no shoes, and I'm like, you guys need to look at this person. It's not wearing. I mean, how bad is
She
that?
was
You
wearing
cannot
one
wear.
shoe.
Yes, and I'm
Somehow,
thinking like, how? I mean, how bizarre it can be that you don't have even capability to put on your own shoes. Okay, that's so bad. I mean, literally. I mean, and my mom was keep on calling my sister saying that don't let her board on that flight. I'm not boarding that flight, believe it or not, because what I'm seeing is good enough for me. You know,
no,
it's just that
honestly.
it was something that it was unbelievable. What if anyone asking me the worst thing or the weirdest thing that you ever experienced is that,
The shoe.
because never ever that I can ever think of it. 3 people, not including the
Pilot.
pilot, but 2 people. I mean, you can see they all freaked out, the way they look, the way even they coming out of the
The plane.
airplane, they running out. I mean, like literally, still they being chased.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they want us to go back to that airplane.
Mm.
Who's gonna board? Nobody. I mean, I'm telling you, all the channels of Kenya, they were there. They was wondering. I mean, we decide not to. And then the UN comes, and then they put us to Langata uh, camp, the one that's the military areas. They kept us there, and then after that, Tika, and then the beginning of refugee things, and then we started from another life there. But I played for another team they call Comparative Bank in Kenya here. I was playing for it for sometimes because after we they accept us that there's a war beginning of the country, that the refugee begins, then some of the teams of the international boys and girls, they was playing some teams of Kenya.
Okay.
It was like couple boys, Mohamed Isa, Sheikha, I will say Ayero, and then the girls, it was me, and then Anab, and then Safiya Adi, and some of them was playing. And then after some times, we process going the next journey of America. So I
How
left
old
it,
were you when all of this was happening?
believe it or not, beginning of teenagers. Like I wasn't a teenager even by the time we arrived in Kenya.
You were a
I mean, it
teenage
was
girl.
yeah,
So being
but teenager, but behaves like a fucking 10 years old. Because the way we grow up and the way you guys grow up, let me tell you something. Kids of nowadays, you will see 18 years old cannot get out of the house and go place and come back safely or do things themselves. I mean, they don't have that much responsibility. Me, when I was 11 years old, I used to take care of my household
what do you
without no
think?
pressurized, without not doing anything. My mom was a very understandable woman. I mean, she passed away. I mean, when I think about it, my mom, I mean, the way I want to be and the way I want to raise my kids and the way I raise you guys is just the way my mom raised me. My mom, even though she wasn't that well educated, she wasn't, but she was a billion minded woman. I mean, she knows exactly how to deal with kids, talk to, make sure that things that she can look, my mom, she can look at you and know what's going on with you. That's the kind of woman she was. I mean, she will look at you and she will say that what's going on with you. And you will be like, no, there's nothing going on. But she knows at the back of her mind that there's something wrong with her child. So that's the kind of woman who raised me.
So moving on from your early childhood and your teen years, you then started the process on figuring out how to get to America and how to get your family safely out of the war. What did that look like for you and your family at the time? What was that process like?
Well, it's kind of scary, worry, so much going on at the same time. For example, if I give you a little bit of a brief of it, I arrived Kenya in order to be transferred going back to home, but we couldn't because of the situation that the war started. And then my sister was living here in Kenya with her kids. So the rest of my family is back home, including my mom. Um, After I get off the airport and staying with my sister, I used to visit my sister, but we used to stay in a camp, like I said earlier. So back and forth, we keep on trying to get out. The rest of the family, they come from all the way to Kismayo and then coming to Liboyo, and then my sister have to go and fetch them. And I mean, finally, we gathered together, all my siblings in Kenya. One of them was only in Canada, my brother, and he left the country before the war. I mean, he wants to study abroad. So my mom took a time. She didn't want to get out of the country because of her wealth. She's keep on saying that, oh, things will get better. It's gonna be okay, and this, and it's keep on getting worse. So finally, my brother was like, "If you're not coming out of there, mommy, I'm gonna get my ticket and come to you." So that scares her. So she decided to come to Kenya. My mom come to Kenya, and we were all complete. We started the process for as a refugee going to US. My mom and I, it was 3 months apart before we arrived each other in US, and we're the first people who left as a refugee. my brother was in Canada at that time, and then after 3 months later, my mom come, and then I was staying with another family. Here's the thing now. Me and another girl was kind of a sisters by being arrival on California, San Diego, and then after some times I step out to come to my mom, and then after my mom, she couldn't get me the what do you call she couldn't adopted me because of our paperwork, the way things that
The way
it
things
went.
happened, yeah.
Yeah. So me physically, I have to get adopted until I will reach 18. On the process, I stayed adopted mother for 3 years, and she was staying in Sophilus.
Okay. So how was your life with your adopted mother?
She was a really good woman. She passed away right now. She was really good woman. I mean,
She was Irish American, right?
yeah, she was Irish American. She was a lawyer and well educated by herself. And her husband who used to be a judge. The thing is that she had another adopted daughter before me, and she was Ethiopian, and she was way older than me. That time she was in a uni. After the 3 years of adoption, then I turned 18 so I can go anywhere I want and stay whoever I please with it. Then I shifted to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then go in school from there, transferring everything. And then I went Roosevelt High School. After high school, struggling, things are getting hectic. I mean, for you, I mean, literally, I don't remember anyone who was able to work, I mean, go to university and continue status, because these family problems will interrupt you. And the thing is that going on that you cannot even think of going and finding yourself educated. I mean, your family is suffering. Your family don't have a roof on their head, or they don't have something to eat. I mean, literally, how are you gonna go to school? You have to think twice. I mean, some people, they can be selfish and do go into school, and then probably, you know, the government will pay the education. Then later on, you have to pay off, but still. Some of us did go to university, finish up, and get a degrees and all that. But some of us, our conscience didn't allow us to proceed whatever that we wish to be.
You chose your family over your
Yeah,
dreams.
I choose my family over my dreams. And I never regret it, by the way. I mean, there's nothing to regret about it. I feel so proud that I did whatever I could to help out my family and to be where they are right now. Alhamdulillah.
And I mean, one thing that's a very big theme in our family that you just brought up is education. You didn't have the privilege to be able to have the time and the resources to go to school, but you made sure that we did. And you're very
Well,
tough
the
and
thing is,
strict
yeah,
when it
the
comes
thing
to
is
school.
that, me, I was in that situation, to be honest with you. But you guys didn't have to. And I make sure things I miss out in life, that my kids, they don't go through the same path I went. I want to make sure my kids get all of it. I work so hard on it to make sure my kids get anything they wish to be in life. And that's how, I mean, even me, when you guys, if you remember, when you growing up, there's a time that when you start uni, you start business. And then the first term, you turn around and you say that, mommy, I don't think I like this.
Yeah.
And then somehow we have some kind of disagreements. Your daddy was like, no, all kids do that, let her continue. And I was like, this is her life. This is her life, and this is what she's going to do for the rest of her. And I don't want her to blame me and say that, oh, I didn't want to be a business woman, maybe, or be educated that corner. And when I figured it out, my life, what I want to do is, my mom pushed me under the bus.
Mm.
And I told you, that's why I sat down with you and I told you that, what do you want to do? And this time, if you choose career right now, you're not going to come back tomorrow and tell me that you want to do something else. This is going to be a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you say that I want to do international relations, and you will become at the top of the school that you graduated on first class honors.
Virtually, though.
Yeah, I
Imagine.
am so proud.
Virtually.
Yeah.
My
I mean,
siblings hate that about me.
when I see that you graduated first class honor, do you know how proud that I am?
I know.
I mean, literally, my child, it's getting something I couldn't get it. My child is doing better than I can ever do.
And that's because you made the sacrifices that you made so that we can have that life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just something that happened. But and I mean, like, look at the life that you've built for the children that you have. You have a pharmacist, a clinical psychologist, a soon to be professional soccer player. Like so
Yeah.
many different kinds
Yeah,
of
and there's more
kids.
to come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad. And that's where I'm coming from to say you don't choose your kids what they want to be. You know, us being Somali and our culture, we're good at it to force the child something that they don't want to be. For example, you want your child to be a doctor, or your child to be a pilot, or your child to be a psychologist, or your child to be a business, or your child to be in any kind of a career. You don't choose for it.
Right.
That's not your life. That's they don't get it. They will tell you you will do this. I mean, this is not you. This is someone else. You can say it. I want you to do this. If they agree, fine. Like Hassan, for example, now.
Yeah.
We put him on the table. We told him that we want you to be in a medicine person, the field that if you, what do you see it? And he was like, I don't have a problem with that. And that's why now he's a
He's a pharmacist.
pharmacist. If the child agree with you, that's fine. But if they don't like it, this is their life. Give them the opportunity to do what they want to do. Let them make a mistake and learn from it. And that's why I told you guys, when you guys come to me and ask me about opinion, I say that this is what I think, but it's up to you at the end of the day. And if you make a mistake, you will learn from it.
Your advice is always very open
I
ended.
mean, yeah. I mean, there's no way. One thing I know is the generation right now, you can tell them, you can advise them, you can tell them this is something. It's not gonna help you out, whatever
Right.
you decide to do. But at the end of the day, it's your life. One thing I will remind my kids up to right now is, if I advise them and I told them this is not good for you or this is not something you're gonna benefit, and they keep saying that they want to do it and they've been hard head on it, I will tell them one thing: when it backfires on you, I don't have a shoulder for you to cry. Exactly.
It's tough love, but it's important.
I mean, yes. Tough love is that's where it gets me right now. This is who you are right now. If I wouldn't give you the medicine that you need, you wouldn't be trying Hodan. Let's talk about reality. I mean,
I think I always usually you're the first person I ask opinions on when I plan to do something. And I don't ever go out of my way and do something unless I have your approval. Not because I can't do it without it, but because I know that you have more life experience than me and you see things in a situation that I can't see because I'm younger and I don't understand things that way.
well, the thing is, at the end of the day, the only thing as a parent to me, I can sit down with my kids and advise them, but I cannot force them. I always tell myself, I can talk to you as a mother and give you all my advice, but I cannot force you to do anything. And at the end of the day, the mistake you're making, it's not mine. Tomorrow, when you come back to me, I'll just tell you that I say so. This is on you.
Told you so.
Yeah. I say so, Hodan. I told you. Before you even make the move, I told you not to, and you did. Anyway.
I mean, you live and you learn. And I
Exactly.
think that's
And
the
that's
perfect lesson that you give us, is that you allow us to fall and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes instead
exactly.
of just never making mistakes and never learning how to do better.
Believe it or not, there's so many career that I had at opportunities
Mhm.
in when I was in a young age. I'm not
Mhm.
getting any younger. I'm a 50 now, but when I was young, there's
50 is
so
the new
much
30,
opportunity
mom.
that comes on my way. Some of them I decline as a religion wise, and some of them I decline because of um, something else that needs the priority for that time
Mhm.
that I have to pay attention to it. So
So let's talk about your jobs after you went to America. What, I mean, I know that you were working as a hospital interpreter for some time.
mhm,
And that was I mean, that was a job that you did really amazing at. Like, you're very good at your job, and you
mhm,
did a lot of patient advocacy as well at that job.
mhm.
But tell me more about that. What other jobs did you do? What was that job like?
I did only two jobs, which is I stay long term, both of them. I mean, I'm not a person who switch around jobs. You know, some people they just quit and apply and quit and apply. I wasn't that kind of a type of work. If I get a job, I I'm commitment to it. I'm making sure
You're
that
a
I
committed
do the
employee.
work. This is based my bills. It doesn't matter how hard it is or how headache it is. I always look at it. At the end of the day, there's nothing comes free. So my first job was there's a company called Color Clean. They used to do all the holidays things like a Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the things that the decorations. And I was as a manager on the floor. So we I get the order from the office, and then they give me the work orders. I do the labels, and then I give the workers what needs to be done for that day, and then we ship wherever needs to be shipped. I worked that job for long term until I had my first child.
Until you had Hanad.
Yes.
Okay.
I quit that job when Hannah was 3 years old.
Okay.
Then I began to do tests. Of that time, that the Somalian community was getting more and more to Minneapolis, and then they need the help of translations. When it comes to hospital, when it comes to even the welfare, when it comes to anywhere they go, I would say
They required
they
more
requirement
translators.
even Lutheran social service, the people who comes from as a refugee, when they do in the when they do the medical checkup, or if they needs to be explained things that they need to do, all those things that a requirement of language barrier that they need a translations. So they figured out a group of they posted a job saying that translations agencies, that if you qualified, you do the test, and then if you pass that test, then you will qualify to do, even I used to even translate courts, family courts. Yeah. Like, I mean, so many places that I used to translate, not only hospitals, even though hospital was more of my field, but I used to go everywhere.
Did you ever think about, I mean, pursuing any other career at the time?
Well, my hand was tight. I mean, I could do it and I could achieve even more, but that moment it was enough on my plate. I had a Hanad. I get remarried. Your daddy and I was just building a new life together, which is Alhamdulillah, it turned out beautifully. My mom was alive. She needs to be taken care of it. She was fallen ill and diagnosis for liver cancer, and then she needs to go treatment back and forth. I mean, there was so much on my plate that time. So whatever that I could do it, I didn't even think of it doing it, because what I had it right there was enough.
One thing I've always found very interesting about you, Hoya, just like as a person, and I think also because you're the first person I've ever really looked up to in my life, and I've been like, wow, that's so cool.
Mm.
You never ever really had a negative attitude about anything in life. Like,
No, believe it or
even though
not.
bad things were happening all the
Yeah.
time, sad
I
things
mean,
were
let me
happening
give
all
you
the time.
example. When I get diagnosis from breast cancer,
When did you first find out about your diagnosis?
my diagnosis when I find out it was I was pregnant with Hamza, 2 or 10, 7 months pregnant. My husband was still back in Boston working in Massachusetts. I see a lump growing on under my armpit, and it's keep on getting like you slept tonight, and tomorrow it's not the same size as was yesterday. So I discussed with your dad, and I explained to him, even though he's way better than me, far from when it comes to a medical. He was like, "How do you see it? Is it growing?" I'm like, "Yeah, it seems like it's growing." And he's like, "Don't look left and right and center. What you need to do is book a ticket. The first flight that comes,
Right.
you need to come." And I'm like, and I'm thinking, why is he exaggerating? I mean, why do I have to rush? Anyway, he pushed me, and I accepted. Finally, I booked it. I get there. When I get there, he already lined up the appointment to do the pap smear and all that. The day that we get the result, your father was more. I mean, he's the one who get that disease. The way he was looked and the way he was react. Me, the only thing I say is that Alhamdulillah. Some of the things when you think about it now, back in that time, everyone, my loved ones, even they wasn't thinking that I was going to last longer and I will
They didn't think
still.
you'd survive the
No, they
cancer?
never thought I will be survived. They never thought that I will make it. Everyone was like, what is gonna day? What day is gonna be? You know? But one thing they forgot is it's gonna be your day when Allah says so.
Right.
And that's what I was keep on believing in. Even though I wasn't a person that who knows that much of religion, but my faith and my feeling and my soul, I used to feel all the time, if God make you go this way, you will go. And if God will teach you something about, I mean, I learned something, believe it or not. I mean, that disease give me more, like I become a more like a wise person, like thinking like life, it has nothing to do with ill. You can get ill, you can get cancer, you can get pneumonia, you can get what do you call any kind of disease, even cold, a small cold can kill you.
Right.
God prepare the way you're gonna go. You don't
Right.
decide. You don't decide when. You don't decide what's gonna happen to your life. So since you don't have a no control over it, you put your faith on God. You pray as much as you can, and be happy the rest of the journey that left for you. That was my plan. So we're doing biopsy. It comes back. The result was okay. What is going to be next movement? The next movement, it's chemo, and I cannot get chemo unless I give a birth. So I'm still pregnant. They have to wait, and then I give a birth, Hamza, mashallah, that beautiful little boy. After the birth, I didn't breastfeed my child. Hamza and Hayla, the only people that I didn't
I've
breastfeed.
never asked you this actually. This is a genuine question I've never asked you, but how did it feel? Because you breastfed the rest of
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
How did it feel? And I just became a mom and I know how important breastfeeding feels. Even though I was pumping, like it's still like you feel like you're giving your child something. So how did it feel like to not be able
Well,
to
the
do that for
first
Hamza
time
and
that I
Hila?
can never breastfeed my child, I mean, I didn't know how to explain myself.
How did it feel?
I mean, there's nothing to think about it, Hodan. When your life is at stake, like for you don't know if you're gonna make it tomorrow. You're not gonna think about this child how he's not getting breastfed. he was getting his formula, and the formula has it something that's, nowadays technologies, they do some formulas that's similar
Similar to
to
breast
breast
milk.
milk, and it has so much they can get it from whatever they supposed to get their mother. My worst part was after I take the chemo 3 cycle, I couldn't feel my baby.
Oh.
I mean, I'm holding my child, but there's numbness and tingling my feet, my fingers. I mean, I cannot feel it. Out of nowhere, I woke up that morning. My husband went to work. I hold my baby. I cannot feel the baby. So I called him and I was like, there's something that's new that I'm experiencing today. And he was like, what's going on? What's happening, honey? And I was like, I'm holding Hamza, but I'm not holding anything. He's like, what do you mean? Explain yourself. I don't feel the baby.
That's so sad, Hoyle.
He didn't stay at the hospital. He rushed. He said that. And then after 2 weeks, I have to do the fifth recycle. He said that you're not going to do the fifth recycle. We need to do another biopsy because this thing is killing you. And also, I was taking medications to boost in my white blood cells. Otherwise, I couldn't make it. I mean, everything. I couldn't do Pericare. I couldn't do Medicare. I cannot even button. If I wear like a button shirt, I cannot button myself. I mean, my fingers, it's so sensitive. I cannot cut my nails. I mean, there's so much that you have to bear it. Like you have to go around it. I mean, you have to accept it because it's the side effect of the medicine. He called my doctor. He's like, Layla is not gonna come back and do the next recycling. Don't even think about it. And they were like, oh no, we have to continue. He's like, let me tell you something. My wife is not feeling holding her own child. So I don't know what more you guys want to do. Let's do another biopsy and see where it gets there. Then we'll decide if we want to continue or not. They keep on arguing with him. He's like, I will decide if she wants to take a recycling again or we need to do biopsy. You guys not going to tell us what to do. I mean, literally, it was argument.
Right.
They say that fine, if that's what you want to do, then but at the we'll tell you this thing is not gone yet. It's like let's do it. We did another biopsy. That biopsy shocked the whole hospital, and I will become the topic of the hospital of being a woman who's been diagnosed in breast cancer. I mean, never. I mean, it was just it was shock to them. The biopsy, it was gone. There's nothing.
The cancer was gone.
Cancer was gone. Now they have to come back and play this game telling me, what did you do? What exactly did I do? It's so, I mean, I'm looking at them. I'm like, what did you do? I'm like, you know what I did? I pray a lot. And I pray to God. And I talk to secretly my God and say that my kids are still young. I have a lot to live. It's not,
I was 11
if
then.
you even have any mercy. Yeah, I mean, Alhamdulillah. I mean, one of the things that I believe it's anything you ask God, God can hear you. And He will answer your prayers. But as human, we just, as long we are okay, we don't turn to Allah. We don't turn and ask for things that daily, basically. Now you woke up in the morning and you're healthy. You have to appreciate it. We don't. While I was going under treatment, you guys was here.
I know, we were really
And
young.
I didn't have a family in my side of the family, no one around you guys. It was your
Yeah.
grandma, it was your aunties of the
Paternal
side of
aunts.
yeah. And
we had no
my
idea
family
what
was keep
going
on arguing with me and saying that, oh, you going through under medications and we don't know things how they going to turn out. You have to bring back the kids. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna bring my kids back. If I died, you guys can do whatever you guys want. You can bring back, you can keep them there. You decide what needs to be done because I'm gone. But as long I'm alive, I don't want to bring back to my kids here
Mm.
because what they have there is the best.
What made you make that strong of a decision at the time?
Because I knew
Because
it.
I know even at the time, Abba was like, "Let's bring them back." He
Yeah,
thought
even
so
your
too.
dad, your uncle, my brother,
Yeah.
my sisters, all of them.
Yeah.
It was only me.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, my brother said that she's the one who's ill right now, and we don't want to stress it out more.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to put her under a lot of pressure. If she wants the kids to be there, let them be. It might be that she has so much faith on she's gonna get better and go back to her kids, and that's exactly got that. I mean, it was very success.
Mm-hmm. Kenny's, what was your question?
It was actually relating to that.
Mm-hmm.
How, because you're old enough to understand.
I was 11.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, again, is the
No, I knew.
no,
I knew she wasn't around.
She wasn't around. She knows the mother is away. I used to travel most of the time,
Yeah.
and then go. I never go more than 3 months to 6 months away from my kids.
This was
So
a super long
it was a
trip.
super long. Even my best friend was getting suspicious. I never told her.
She wasn't telling
Wasn't-
anyone.
she was no, I wasn't telling her because if I tell her, she's gonna fall ill and get stressed, and nobody's gonna look after my kids and her kids. It's gonna be a disaster. So I try to hide everything. I try to hide. I even tell my siblings if Nim'a calls you guys, don't tell Naima I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. For God says, don't do it.
So the way I found out,
It was funny the way she find out.
well, initially, I mean, because I was really young, I was 11, right? I didn't have a real sense of understanding, like real serious
Yeah,
conversations. So my mom came back, and I was so happy because mom is back. Like, that's all that mattered. Like, yay, mom is back.
Yeah.
My younger brother was 9. Halima, younger than him at the time, was 6 or 7. Hannah was maybe 3. So we were really young at the time. Hannah, the oldest, was 14. So
Harold actually was with me in Boston helping me.
Yeah.
He was even trying to quit school, my son.
yeah.
I am so proud of him, but I never
he
allow him to
knew
quit.
because he was there
He's
in
like, my
person.
mom, there's no way I'm going to continue. I can push back for 1 year or 2 year in high school. I'm like, no.
Yeah, my brother is
Yeah.
a ride or die.
Yeah.
But so I have no idea, and my younger siblings have no idea. So my mom comes back, and her face, there's something that chemo does to your face.
Yeah.
where
I
it's,
mean,
like,
I
very
get
puffy.
so, I mean, I was bloated.
Yeah.
I was overweight.
Her face was really
I was
puffy
so
because,
big to
yeah.
the limit that my face was huge. I mean, like twice as mine right now. And then my chin, it was so full of, I think maybe it was the.
But it was the lymphatic
the
cells that
lymph-
were
yeah.
that were swollen at the
Swelling,
time. It wasn't
yeah.
even fat. It was just your lymphatic.
And
her
then
body's going through the shock.
I come out of the shower and my hair wasn't covered. So she saw.
There was no hair. So
There
I
was
was
no
like, why are
hair.
you bald?
It's not bald, but it's just like a beginning of coming a new hair.
My
you know?
mom had thick, voluminous, curly, rich hair. The last time I saw her hair,
And then she was like, "Oh my God, mommy, did you do a haircut?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she
I
was
was so
like,
young and naive.
she's like,
that's so cool.
"That's nice. I mean, you look nice in this haircut." There's no way that I cut my hair that short, but it was just the hair was started growing, and then I would just used to do my H as well, and then it looks like if you look at it, and I don't explain to you, it looks like I had that haircut.
It was like finger waves. You know what I mean?
know,
like
it's
a
just
pixie
like
cut
the-
finger
yeah.
waves. But my mom's hair was never that short. So I'm 11. I'm thinking like, why is her hair short? But also because it's my mom and I'm happy to see her. I'm like, oh, is that a haircut? Because I don't know why I did this as a child. Everything I told my mom was always in question form. And then the question was always followed with an answer from her. And then I would add, but why?
Yeah,
But
she
why?
I mean, she was a talkative kid. I mean, she used to.
Yapper from birth.
I'm very curiosity. I mean, she used to be very curious. I mean, she wants to know everything. And she's like, "You've been gone too long, and why did you left us behind? You didn't miss us." And by the time
Interrogated
she's
her.
asking my child those questions, I have the tears hiding. I mean, I'm just crying inside, but not showing. I mean, the way she will become emotionally and asking me like, "Oh, how dare you can be away this long? You don't miss us. We miss you. do you know how it feels to wake up in the morning and get ready for to go to school and your mom is not next to you, which is that's how they get used to it. That's how I raised them. They come in my room and kiss me a goodbye day, and then they get on the
You
car
were
and they
super
go.
mom growing up, like, because my mom
I
was a
mean, and then
full-time
I take
working
them to
mom.
lunch, feed them, ask them half of the day of the beginning of the school, how was class, how's everything? Is there anything that you want to talk about it? Is there something bothering you? I mean, you have to consult your kids. I mean, some parents, they need to talk more of their kids. Kids nowadays, they don't come to you. They don't come to you. You have to dig. You have to look for it. What's the problem?
You have to put on your Sherlock Holmes cap because
Every day,
oh.
me, when they come after school, one by one, I ask how they doing. How was the school today? Is there anything that was obstacle today that they couldn't fix it, that they need help with it? Or is there a teacher, as in Africans, the way teachers behave, and they use the power of being a teacher.
They're on a real power trip
Believe
sometimes.
me.
My whole primary school experience was
I
a power
seen
trip.
it, believe me. But I never allow a teacher to
you remember the
pressurize
time-
my kids.
Do you remember the time that you chased you ran up the stairs, 3 flights of stairs at my old school, my primary school, and you chased a teacher around the classroom with a Maasai sandal in your
Yes,
hand?
yeah. How
And it
can I
like
forget
landed
that?
square in his face
No, I have to.
because he slapped me. It was
And
wow.
there was no reason that he decided to slap you.
Yeah, he just slapped me because he didn't like me.
No, she said that my hijab, it's falling off. I need a permission to go and
Fix it.
fix it. Yeah. He
He
didn't
said no.
allow. So she just dragged it, the small
Inner cloth.
on the
I
cloth,
put
and
it
then
on
she
top.
grabbed it and then she put it on the top of it. He's like, so now you think you different than the rest of the kids, and then you think that
What's
you
crazy
have-
is there were other girls who had the same thing, like the inner
Yeah.
thing on the outside. He was just
durag.
yeah, he was
like a
just
durag,
targeting
yeah.
me.
Okay.
He was
didn't
just targeting
allow.
me.
So basically, when she did that, he slapped the shit out of her,
I ran out the
across
classroom.
the face.
I ran all
So
the way
it was
downstairs.
a time to go home. Me and my driver comes to pick up the kids. I don't see Hodan because she was the oldest, was there that time. Halima ran into me. She was like, Mommy, Hodan is sitting on the stairs just crying. I'm like, crying? Why? She's saying that the teacher slapped me. Slapped me? I went there, I saw my child, 5 fingers of a man start from the ear down, cross on the cheek. I was like, this man ain't gonna make it today. He's about to face something. I just ran 3 stairs down.
3 flights of stairs. She ran.
Take off of my Maasai sandals and beat the shit out of him the way he make feel my child helpless.
My dad had him locked up shortly after. My parents don't do well with power trip teachers.
No, the thing is, the way teachers pressure kids and use their power, I don't like it. Believe it or not. Me, I don't allow my kids to be sassy or be stupid
Or
in school,
bullies.
or bullies, or not listening to the teacher, or not returning homework, or not, believe it or not, I'll take care of them. But you don't just go my kids just because they doing well in school or they smart ass. You just drag them. You just decide to drag. No. Someone else put the time and raise them and show them the right path. What are you busy doing? My Hannah, there's a small story that I never forget. And I tell every mother.
I already know.
She knows because she was there. The thing is that Hannah was 4 years old. Imagine 4-year-old innocent child was on the top of the class, number 1 or number 2. The teacher class take a maternal leave.
Yeah, she was pregnant.
So they get another female teacher. It was a female, they get another female teacher. This female teacher decide to bully my child and kill her egos and kill her comfort. I mean, she make my child, the child that Allah give it to me, and I created and show them to stand up and hold their hair up. My child was destroyed a matter of 6 months. The time I go and collected the report form, my daughter was position number 5. Make that sense? I said, Hannah, what's going on, mommy? Being number 1, number 2, being number 5 right now, you have to give me the reason why. Is there something that's hard on you? You need a tuition teacher to help you out? Or is there something that's bothering you? The first time my daughter, she didn't even have a guts to tell me what's happening to her. She couldn't. Until I say that either you told me what's happening with you because you're not yourself, or if I figured it out, you will bury the outcome. She started talking. She said that my teacher went to maternal leave and there's a new teacher. She's calling me names. I'm like, what kind of names? Cockroach. You're stupid. You think you're smart. You think you're from America. You think you're better than us. All the I mean, 4-year-old, and she's pregnant. She's expecting a child, and she's going to be a mother, and she's treating someone else's kid that way. I mean, I couldn't understand. I mean, if she was even single and not married and not having a kid and not expecting a child, I mean, at least I can go around it. For her being in 8 months pregnant, expecting a child to raise in this world,
So my sister,
abusing
you look
another
like a
child,
cockroach.
I mean, I couldn't understand at all. And I'm like, okay.
My mom couldn't sleep that night.
I couldn't sleep that night.
So she called the driver and said, "Don't come. I'll take the kids to school tomorrow."
I say that tomorrow you can come 10 o'clock. I'll drive my car and take it to my kids to school. Because I get there. She didn't make it. I waited until she comes. I say that. I don't want to mention her name, but she said,
she
"You
might
waited
see
for
this.
me?" She's going to see. I don't care, but I'm not mentioning her name. But I know she did. She did it. I say that, who give you the right to say this and this and this and this and this to my child in order to make her feel backwards and be in a position number 5 in order to be 1 and 2? I mean, you destroy my child and I'm still alive and breathing. What right do you have to do this? She mumbles and I'm like, you're not going to mumble. You're going to give me a straight answer because you decide to bully, is this age, my child. I'm going to bully you right now.
You know who looks like a cockroach? You do.
You
I'll
do.
never forget that. Yeah. No, my mom, we got out the car together. We went to the classroom where the
I said,
confrontation happened.
Do you
I
know
watched
who
it.
looks like a cockroach that you mentioned?
You do.
You know who looks like everything you say about my child is you.
You know who looks stupid? You do. It was the
Because
funniest
at the end
read.
of the day,
At 7
you're
in the
talking about
morning.
you educated women and to be a teacher and parents stress you and give it to their kids. This is amana. It's like literally we giving you hand to hand to protect our child because teachers are the second parent after the parent. And this is you busy doing?
She got ate up at
I
7
mean,
a.m. on a
I
random
said,
Tuesday.
I'm giving you the next exam coming up. Hannah has to be in her back to her position. And you are the one who's going to walk on boost up in her personality and whatever you did. You're going to tell her, you used to tell her you stupid. You're going to tell her you the best woman in this class now. Do you get me? If she doesn't reach where she was, it's going to be physically now.
One thing I always appreciate about you, Hoya, like ever since I was a kid, like, and we talk about this often among the siblings, that is, because we have friends whose parents used to always side with teachers and never
no,
like
I'm not
listen
gonna
to their
side.
kids.
I'm not going to side. I'm going to side the truth.
Yeah.
If my child is getting bullied, whether it's a teacher or principal or whoever is running to that school, I don't care. I will deal with it. And I'm not going to allow my child to cross the border and thinking my mom get my back. I will do any stupid things.
Yeah.
No.
But it's like you were always willing to
No.
wait to find out the truth of a situation.
Yes. I mean,
Instead of just jumping on the teacher's side.
I'm here to protect my kids. My kids, they don't have a voice beside of their mother. That's what I believe. Every mother should be thinking they're the voice of their kids. They're the lawyer of their child. I mean, your child, it's so naive and innocent, they cannot protect themselves. If the teacher says something and you take it from the teacher and you punish your child, the next day you do it the same thing. The third day you do the same thing. And then your child will be a child who always think the teacher or whoever comes to their mother, they will listen to that side of the story. And that's how your child get destroyed.
Yeah. I think a lot of the way I plan on parenting Marian is inspired by you and what you did when we were kids, because teachers used to know, like, if we did something wrong, they could come tell you and we would be dealt with. We would be dealt with.
Believe it or not,
But
in a perfect
they
way.
couldn't
Perfect
but
way.
they couldn't like lie about us or like say
Yeah, I mean,
things
it gets
that
to the
didn't
point
happen.
that all the teachers of you guys,
They respected
they
us.
respect it, and they know that I'm not the kind of mother they can just tell so many BS that I will believe it and then go and punish for my kids. If they did something wrong, I'm sure that you're not gonna repeat the mistake you make it. Can you tell me how many mistake you make twice? No.
But that's the thing. I'm not the daredevil
I mean,
kid. Ask
I'm gonna
Hassan that
deal with my
question.
child to the limit that when they make a mistake, they have to remember the last time what I did, that they won't even think in a dare to do it again.
But also, your kids are different. Some of your kids, give you a harder time than others.
Well, believe me, I had, now I'm getting old, but at that time I had my tennis
Oh,
shoes.
in your prime?
Ooh,
That's why
believe me.
whenever the youngest siblings be telling
Now
us,
Hamza and even Hannah and
And
Hamza
Hayla.
and Hayla, they having the
They haven't
gentle
met you in your
parenting
prime.
things right now because
You didn't know how to spell that when I was growing up. That wasn't a thing. It was very, you do as I say when I tell you to. And if you don't,
me, I never used to play educations. And
Yeah.
you know what? You have to understand where I'm coming
There was
from.
no
because
negotiation.
I want to make sure whatever I couldn't get it in life that my kids has to achieve, because and there's no reason for you guys. You guys have the facility. I have the opportunity that you guys can do whatever you want. And I can pay for it, all the educations. I mean, Alhamdulillah, your father can't afford. Hassan finished on what?
a 5-year
5
pharmacy
years
program.
pharmacist. You've been university how many years? Halimu?
I'm never
I
getting
mean,
out of school.
all that money, I mean, Alhamdulillah. And by the time now you went back to US, that you don't have a loan to pay for it. That's the best thing. Now you don't have a loan to pay for it. And Hassan was like, even I want to continue. He was talking to your dad. He was like, Daddy, I don't know how you did what you did, but you're the best man in the world. He's like, now you
Yes.
know. Yeah. I mean, we talk and we figured it out what needs to be done. And Alhamdulillah. And one thing I know is a family, it's not a family unless they have the two people who share the relationship, if they not open wide each other, that they don't communicate it well, what's good to their kids, what needs to be done.
Plan together.
Yeah. I mean, everything. I mean, there's no way my kids will come to me and say that, oh, we want to do this. And I won't consult with my husband. I mean, consenting of him.
When we tell him stuff, he says, ask your mother. He doesn't even wait to go. Ask your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I mean, Alhamdulillah. I mean, I cannot complain the relationship, and he's been a hell of a husband and a father. I mean,
And now a grandfather.
and grandfather. And
He loves the
he's-
baby.
I mean, he's the best man that I can. I mean, I can never wish someone else to be with, and I will achieve as much as I achieve being with him.
So we're going to be moving on to a new segment that we have on here for our guests, starting with my mom. It is going to be a how well I know blank. So in this case, it'll be how well do I know my mother? These are questions that my producer and my mom sat together and discussed. Kaniz did not let me have a single peek at the questions. And she's all mic'd up. So again, now a very warm welcome to our producer, Kaniz, guys.
You didn't have to put pressure on me like that. Hi. So we're gonna start easy. What is your mom's favorite and least favorite food?
Okay.
You better pull that off.
You know what it is? You don't have a lot of least favorite foods because you're not a picky eater. Your favorite food, I would probably say, is like chicken Alfredo Or is that what she said? Chicken
I
Alfredo.
want you to finish first.
Okay, I would say she likes chicken Alfredo. She likes a lot of traditional Somali dishes. Like she's not very big on basta and biris, but I would say my mom likes anjera with the right thing. She likes Ethiopian anjera as well. But chicken Alfredo is one that stands out to me. When it comes to things she doesn't like I said, she's not a picky eater, so she doesn't not like a lot of stuff. Just like Baby Maria, and you guys aren't picky eaters. So I would say, let me think. Because
She was very adamant on this one.
let me think.
It was very specific.
Is it a dessert or like a food? Let's.
No clues. No clues.
You guys are so mean. What happened to being?
So you expect us to give you a clue?
I feel attacked on my
You
own
better swear-
podcast.
You better swear that.
I feel attacked on my own podcast. I'd like that to be a
We're
clarification.
not attacking you. We're just questioning you, asking how well do you know your
Least
mother.
favorite food.
Yes. Hold on.
I feel like this segment is gonna bump me down on her favorite kids tier. Even though she claims she doesn't have one, we know she does, and it'll bump me down.
Do I have a favorite kid?
You have a favorite kids list.
Which one
We'll
is
get
that?
into that. There's a tier. You have
No.
top tier, mid tier, and bottom tier. We'll get into it.
The least favorite food now. What do you think that I just don't mess with it? Even if I'm feeling so hungry that I just say that, you know what, I'll just go out and grab something else. Well, like hello.
You're not a picky eater, Hoya. So let me think. Because there's a lot of things other people don't like. People don't like alule. You like alule.
Yes.
You love alule.
I love that shit.
People
I
don't like
eat it.
ambola. You love ambola. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So
No idea what that is.
these are Somali meals that other
Okay.
people will go.
Alule
Yeah, my
is
mom
a-
goes
it's
yum. So she's every
Alole
picky-
is the
intestines.
intestines for
Matumbo kind of.
matumbo, yeah.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
My mom loves it, but it's the way
When
it's
I
cooked.
made it home.
She
Okay.
when
Yeah.
she cooks it, she
When-
won't eat when other people cook it. The way she cooks it.
And if someone that I know that they will cook well and I trust them cook, but I don't eat from the street. Yeah.
Because she also has her own cleaning process as well. But that's besides the point. Every picky eater, like,
Hold on, there's
list
the
food.
one meal that I don't eat and I don't run to it. It's just
You don't
literally
run towards a
it's-
lot of food.
No, this one is specific.
Just say, don't overthink.
Don't overthink. Just say one
yeah.
of them randomly. Just one of them. And you know that's not a basta and breeze. I help you right there.
I know that. I just want to know if it's a food or a dessert.
We just
Because
say
you hate most desserts. You're not a dessert person in general.
food. We say food. Do we say dessert?
Oh, and then favorite. Okay, let's do favorite food and favorite dessert.
Okay. You
And then least
already
favorite
got
food.
food right.
yeah.
Okay.
Which is one of the ones you mentioned. The
Yeah.
first one you mentioned.
Oh, I
right
knew
off
it.
the bat.
Yeah.
Period. I
Yeah.
ate that. So why can't you guys let me off this line?
No, we're not gonna give you a hint, Hodan. You already have
Okay,
one thumb up.
I will say. You don't like bear.
Mom,
There's something that I like. I hate
You,
more
you
than
hate
that.
more than bear, but you don't like bear. That's a fact, right?
No, I
Bear
like
is
bear.
a-
I eat anjela
um,
bear. Who say that I don't like a bear?
You don't like bear. You like kilihoy. You don't like bear. You don't eat
Yeah,
bear.
but
bear
it's-
is goat liver. It's a Somali delicacy. It's very nice, very delicious. My mom prefers the kidneys to the liver.
Yeah, I prefer kidney, but I
the
also
liver
eat
makes
liver.
her feel really heavy.
Yeah. But there's other foods that I always see people eat around me. Even my friends like it. That's another hint, Hodan. If you cannot pull it off, forget it.
Can I? Okay, I can't tell you what her least favorite food is, but I can tell you that she hates. This is so random, but you hate the way shea butter smells. Because when you said friends, I remembered.
Well, shea butter is not a food, is it?
I wish it was at
Okay,
this
then,
point.
okay, so you have that one wrong.
Okay,
The
yeah.
answer is ugali.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
You were eating ugali with baby Marian the other day.
It's my least food that I don't like it.
I thought you said you'd
As
run
long I
away.
can no, as long I can avoid ugali. Did you see me eating ugali all the time?
You and baby Marian sat
No,
together.
Nimro eats a lot and
She
sitting
do.
next to me, I don't eat.
Yeah, I know. Okay. You know what? I'll take that.
Take
I-
it.
Yeah.
All right.
Take
I got
it, swallow
one,
it.
1 out of 2 so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah. What are your mom's pet peeves? You can give us two.
Okay, my mom hates liars. Let's start there. My mom hates liars. Like, ooh, it drives her crazy. I'll give you three actually. So this one is just a bonus because this is something that we did as kids, or at least my brothers did it as kids, that pissed my mom off to the point like she would like turn into a different person. If she wants to talk to you about something that you did and she tells you to come to her and you run away, two brain cells touch themselves and goes and she becomes a different person. So when she's asking you to come and you're not listening, that pisses her off. And I said lying. Let me think of another pet peeve. Her greatest pet peeve of all, like top tier pet peeve, is bad smelling people and things. She will cry. She would rather serve time in prison. There's a time we got stuck behind like these trucks that carry the taka for the estates and stuff. My mom wanted to cry. Like I could see the tears building in her eyes. Like, what is this? Because our windows were open before we clicked. So when we ended up rolling the windows up, anyways, it was too late, and the aircon took too long to set in to take the trash smell out. So yeah, smelly things and smelly people. It's not just trash, bad breath, bo, all of that. Just
Yeah.
Anything with
she
smell.
can't do it. When we used to run away from her when we were kids, and liars.
Okay. So let's start off with mom. Is she right though about everything she said? Okay. So what your mom told us was
I don't like when people flip shoes.
Yeah, she
That
doesn't
was
like
my
that either.
first.
yeah.
I mean, I get so annoyed. I don't know why. Up to right now, even if I see shoes flipped, one side, the other side is just annoys me. I mean, I have to stop what I'm doing and fix it. I mean, just literally, that's something that goes to under my skin, and they all know my kids. The other thing is, if they go outside and walk around, and then they come to my room and then take their
Sit
shoes
down with
off,
their- yep.
and then the socks that smells sitting on my bed.
That's mainly my brothers because they're nasty.
And
Yeah.
then when the socks that they sit in the sitting room and then they put their feet on
Their feet up.
the couch. Yeah.
My mom doesn't like people with outside socks. You can wear inside socks, it's cool, but outside socks with their feet up on her couch, it pisses her off.
And that's valid.
You and Hannah are both type A people.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I mean, when I look at Hannah, I can see me on me. I mean, I can see I give a birth 7 kids, but the only child that when I look at, I see on myself, on that child, it's Hannah. The way she maintains things, the way she
You're both type A personalities. That's
Yeah.
why. You're very specific about the order of how things should be. Like the order is very specific for my mom and for Hannah in a way that like if they see a picture frame that's like this, like a quarter of an inch this way, it'll drive them crazy until they fix it, like straight up. Okay, I think I did good on that round.
Yeah. It's not what we had on the list, but yeah.
What else
You
is
are
on the
correct.
list?
All right, we have. What's your mom's favorite movie of all time?
I don't think she's gonna make this one. She's gonna.
Is it a
fling.
Bollywood movie?
Yeah, it has to be a Bollywood.
You
No,
love
it's not an
clues.
Indian movies.
How is it a Bollywood movie and not an Indian movie?
It's
This is
not
why
a
I need
Bollywood
clues.
movie. It's a normal movies. Even if I explain to you, you won't get it. This one.
Who said that? Explain it then.
Okay, it's a normal movies that we watch.
Lifetime movie?
It's not a Lifetime movies. It's a normal movies. Has an actress.
Hoya, Lifetime movies have actors too.
You know the reason that she's keep on pushing. She want me to give her a
Yeah.
hint so she will know
Is it
exactly.
the Monday Tuesday movie?
No, it's not a Monday Tuesday.
You really like the Monday Tuesday
Yeah,
movie,
I
though.
did, but there's a one my favorite movies, and it has a.
Did you watch this
It
before I
has
was
a
born?
love story. I mean, it's like
Is it the Titanic?
no, no. There's a two actors. I'll still give you more hints. Hold on. The two actors they don't match.
That's every rom-com ever, Hoya.
No, they don't match. I mean, far. I mean,
Very extremely.
her background and his background are totally opposite. But at the end of the day, they will fall in love and they will be.
Is it Love Actually?
Yeah, it's a love.
No, is the movie Love Actually?
No, it's.
No.
Okay, I don't know. Let's just
I
Mom,
knew
tell
it.
her.
Beauty Woman.
Pretty Woman?
When she's.
Your favorite movie is Pretty Woman?
Yes.
When did you watch Pretty Woman? How old were you?
I can watch that movie. I can watch several times and still I won't get bored.
No, but when's the first time you watched Pretty Woman?
Young age.
This is what I'm saying. This is before I was born, so I don't think it
Yeah.
counts because how would I
But
know?
now, I mean, now even now, I watch.
haven't
every time-
rewatched it, though.
Every time I wanted to watch a movie,
Mm-hmm.
that what comes to my mind. Believe me, is amazing.
I can download Pretty Woman for you to watch.
No, believe it or not, I cannot.
I think I can find it on like Showmax or Hulu or
It doesn't
something.
have episodes, mommy.
No, it's a
just
movie. You can
yeah.
find it on those
You know, he's rich
streaming
man,
networks.
and then
I know.
she's a
I've watched Pretty
prostitute,
Woman,
and
Hoya.
she's wearing a wig, and he will see that.
Who are the actors in that? I don't remember. But wow, Hoya, your favorite movie is Pretty Woman?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice to know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I like the way the standard it's different, and
Mm-hmm.
he will realize that it doesn't matter what she does or what she's been
It's
doing.
true love.
At the end of the day, that she loves who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
How does your mom deal with conflict?
She confronts it head on. Mm-hmm. My mom is very my mom's a problem solver. She doesn't let things sit.
Let's say we broke this table. You guys come home. This table is broken. How would she deal with that?
She's calling everybody into the room and saying who broke the table. That's what I'm telling you. She's very confident. My mom is very hands-on deal with the problem. Like, and that's one thing about her parenting that I admire is like she doesn't like shy away from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you come here to my room. The table downstairs is broken. You all walked by the table and saw that the table is broken. I paid good money for that table. Now, one of you is going to tell me they did it, or one of you is going to tell me who did it, or you're all just going to sit here and look at each other. It could be something that is worth so much money, but my mom values like you being honest with her over how much money that item costs
I mean,
her.
one thing I cannot stand it is up to right
Liars.
now is lies.
Me too. We hate liars.
I hate lies. And then leave alone being lies at the same time. But you do something and you know you did that.
Own it.
Whether you did it intentionally or unintentionally, at the end of the day, you're the one who did it.
Mm-hmm.
So have a guts to admit it what you did. Some people, they will confront, they will argue about it. And at the end of the day, you did it. Why are you arguing? I mean, this is what you did, whether it's a broken things or whether word you said or whatever. I mean, it's something that you did it unintentionally. At the end of the day, it's something come from you, right? So you have to admit it. And if the person admitted me, I don't go even farther. I just drop it
over.
right there. It's over. But when you just giggle and say that, oh, it wasn't me, it was a this and this, it will go far to the limit that you will regret for the rest of your life. Yeah.
She respects honesty.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I respect honestly. I mean, you can broke things that very valuable. Or there's a time I remember she was in high school, this Turkish high school.
Oh.
I woke up the middle of the night, had a dream.
So
I
supernatural.
mean, I don't know how to explain to you right now. She was keep on asking me a ring that it belongs to me, and it was one of my favorite rings. It was a gold. It was a Turkish design. She was keep on bragging about it. Mommy, I'm gonna wear it. I give it to her. She kept it for 1 week. The following week, I had a dream. I don't know, out of nowhere, Hodan lost the ring. It was 2:30 at night. I ran out of my bedroom, go to her room, look at her fingers, and the ring was missing. I said, Hodan.
She woke me up at 2:30 and said, "Where's the ring?" And I
Where's
said,
the
"What are
ring?"
you talking about?" Because I'm
She's
confused.
like, "A'udhu billah, who's telling Shaitan is telling?" I'm like, Shaitan, it's you, Shaitani. You took my ring and now you don't have
Are
on
you
your finger.
consorting with the
She's like,
devil at
"How did
2:30?"
How do you dream 2:30 in the ring? I don't know. Out of nowhere. I just had that image on my mind. I mean, something tells me like, hold on, lost the ring. And I'm thinking like,
Then, after startling me alive, and because I was sleeping, technically dead, asleep, after startling me back to life, she looks at me in the eyes and goes, "We'll discuss this when the sun comes
tomorrow.
up."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you better tell me
how am I going to go back to
Exactly.
sleep?
whether you give it away or whether you wash your hands and you drop it somewhere, you put it in, you have to. That ring, up to right now, I don't know what she did.
But that's the thing. I never lied to
like,
my
I
mom
just don't-
because, again, this was before the ADHD diagnosis, but you knew I had ADHD from the beginning. But I forget things
Hold on,
very
I
quickly.
didn't know you had ADHD. I only knew it that you are different than the rest of my kids.
Boy used to call me Dory from
You
Finding
used to-
Nemo.
You used to yap a lot. You used to say things that you shouldn't say. You always been different. Even my siblings know it. My sister, the one that we very much close to it. Every siblings that has a one that they close to next to it more than the rest of them.
Yeah.
Hoigini usually used to know that. I mean, she's surprised that Holland it doesn't talk that much right now. And I'm like,
Life
yeah,
is really, it's different
yeah,
now.
this is what life put her into it. You know.
But I mean, I don't know, honestly. I knew I was always different as a kid, obviously, but
But it's not being different in a bad ways. I mean, you were smart. I mean, you were a smart kid. Sometimes
smart with a
I remember
scattered
back
brain.
then Holland was 2 years old. I catch her one day holding a book, reading that book. She's holding upside down. I don't know how she's going to read upside down. And totally Holden is reading something that's not even written in the book. She's reading something, she's creating a story in her own mind. And whoever's going by and walking by, they will be thinking this child is reading a true story from this book.
I was
When I
two.
look at the book, there's nothing that she was very creative as a young age. Very smart.
We were discussing your mom's look.
Okay.
When I get
When
angry.
she gets angry, I'll
look that-
recreate it for us to
Yeah.
the best of your ability.
Recreate
try
my
to
mom's
make- yeah.
angry look.
Yeah.
What kind of anger is it though? We need to describe
Like
the
when I'm really pissed off.
anger. I can't do it to you. I have to do it to someone else. Are you ready?
I'm scared. Okay.
1, 2, 3. The are you looking at? Huh? What are you looking at? And then usually it's violence.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom is both the funniest and scariest person I've ever met in my life. Like she's both the funniest and scariest. Because in high school, remember, all my friends used to be afraid to come to the car to say hi to you.
Oh, they scare.
They're like, your mom is scary, bro. Bye.
Those are my questions.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it.
I did well, right?
You did well most of
I
them.
didn't get the
You did
movie and I
most.
didn't get the least favorite food, but what else did I
Everything
like?
else was
Yeah.
quite spot on.
It was kind of a.
I still can't believe you don't like ugali.
I don't.
Wow. That's not patriotic of you, Hoyo. Yeah?
I mean, it's not like
We're
I
Kenyan,
cannot eat.
basically.
Like the way you say that.
She was feeding the baby. My baby loves food. She's a foodie. She
It's-
loves.
I'm not a picky.
She's an appreciator of food.
Eater, but
Remember-
that's my least.
Remember with the day you were feeding Maria the
Yeah,
ugali? She loved
yeah.
it.
Spinach
With the
and,
spinach.
She was like, yummy.
My baby is such a mashallah. Like,
Hayla put us in this trauma of
Picky eating.
being picky eating. So we just start giving everything for
yeah.
money. So we just try
I overwhelmed
everything.
my
so
daughter
we don't
with
want to
every
end it up
flavor.
like the way Hayla up to right now. She eats only Pacific food.
Her palate is very beige.
Yeah, she eats fries. She eats pizza.
Very
she
beige.
eats cheesy fries. She eats chicken nuggets. I mean noodles.
Chicken strips sometimes.
Yeah.
Chicken is her main source of
She
protein.
doesn't eat a burger. She doesn't eat a breeze. She doesn't eat basto. She doesn't eat ugali. She doesn't eat beans.
Wow.
I mean, she's
She doesn't
the
eat
weird-
vegetables. She eats all the fruits.
Yeah. I mean, we struggle. I mean, we really.
My
struggle
daughter
with that
eats
child.
anything I put on the plate.
Yeah.
I like how you're like, that's a flex.
It is a flex. I'm so proud of
Yeah,
that.
I mean, we just had it. Hela put us through a lot.
yeah, she did.
Yeah.
We struggled.
So we make sure that Marian doesn't end it up.
but
the
Maria
same.
naturally loves food.
Yeah, I mean, but we had that feeling that we don't want to
We don't wanna-
experience another.
Yeah. But alhamdulillah. So that's the wrap up for that segment. It was really fun finding out that my mom's favorite movie is Pretty Woman.
Obviously.
You saying obviously after I just felt shocked is so funny to me.
Well, there's some of the things that you know about me and some of the things that you think you know about me
That
but
I
you
don't know. And that's the point of this episode.
Yes.
Was for people to see
Yeah.
and to understand
I
through
mean, literally, so many people thinks that they know someone a lot,
but they don't.
but when they sit down and question about it, dislike and like it, this is the kind of thing they discover, and it's okay. Don't catch feelings.
My mom has been many things, not just a mother. I mean, mother is the thing that you oftentimes say like you're most proud of because of how much you've poured into us as your kids, into our lives, into our education. But from your my perspective as your child, from your child's perspective, you're so much more than just a mom. You know, you were a
Yeah,
professional
every
basketball
mother
player.
being something before they will become a mother.
Right, but
Yeah.
my point is like the way people see mothers in society is just mother, but that's not all you
No.
are. You
I
were
mean,
a lot more than just a mom.
People have a different opinion about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, before you even invite me, I know it. I was someone that who had a potential and or experience or had it passions, so many things, so many experience, so many beautiful to talk about it, so many things to say about my life before I would become a mother.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
And every woman, I believe that the only thing is different is that maybe they have a different stories or different categories, but all mothers, they've been something before they will become a mother.
and there's still something after they become a mother. They're not just
Exactly.
mothers.
Yeah.
And so that's what I hope you guys take away from this podcast episode, that women are not just mothers, and that the women they were before they were mothers, and more importantly, the women they are after they become mothers, are still very important and very interesting and very creative and so inherently smart in many ways. My mom, in her case, was a professional basketball player, ran and supervised a lot of interpreters across county lines, from hospital interpreters to interpreters in courts to interpreters in social service situations. And beyond that, my mom was a breadwinner for her entire extended family at some point. So understanding that women are not just mothers and that they continue to be much more even after they become moms is such a key part of understanding that we are not just baby makers. We are not just
Yeah.
we have children. Yes, we
Yeah.
take care
think
of
about it.
them.
Women without this wall.
Oh, clock it.
Yeah. I mean, I believe a woman does everything. I mean, it affects everything in life.
We are the source of
Women
human
without
life.
this world, I don't know what kind of a world will be.
We are the source of human life.
Yeah, we are mothers, we are sisters, we're brothers. We are everything. We are wives.
We create
I
everything.
mean, we play so many roles in life. Let me just put it that way. At the end of the day, women without this world, I don't know what kind of a world that we would be living in.
It would be extinct because men would nuke each other towards the end of time.
And no hard feelings. I mean, I'm not
I'm
saying
sorry.
about men.
We have
They not good because men naman we are
no. We're not. This is not a man hate train.
And I mean, some of them are very, appreciated.
Thank you guys so much for listening into this episode of Muslim Like Me. It's been the pleasure of a lifetime having my mother on as my first ever guest. Thank you so much, Hoya, for being
You're
a
welcome.
guest.
You're welcome.
And we will bring you guys new episodes every week as usual on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.